Hi, and welcome back to the restoration. On this mind-blowing episode, we'll continue work on the wheels and get the frame disassembled. This episode is brought to you by the new Snap-on brand, Mandate Extreme. The Snap-on brand Mandate and Mandate Extreme are just like a Band-Aid, just more manly. Mandate, get the respect you deserve. But first, I have to tell you, I was very disappointed this week. I took my children to see the new pirate movie, but they wouldn't let them in because it was rated R.
Good one, Dad.
Okie dokie, guys. One of the things you don't want to do is leave this beautiful shiny metal beautiful and shiny, because it turns ugly and rusty with surface rust if you don't get some phosphoric acid or paint or primer on it. So, this has been a couple weeks since I've actually done this stuff, and I let it sit. It's been humid, and so I've had to go back and do a lot more work re-wire wheeling it. So when you do this stuff, go ahead and take the extra time when you do it to go on and pull out the phosphoric acid or get it primed up. At minimum, get it primed so you cover up that bare steel. Anywho's, take a look at that. Looks pretty good, huh? That 415, it lays down like glass. I wish I could paint a car with it. You could paint a car with a brush with that and it'd look good. Anyway, gonna let that dry and maybe throw one more coat on. Out of that little can right there, I did these 3 with 1 coat and one other small one like that with 2 coats, and I still have over a half of thing, only like 2/3 of that is left. So it doesn't use a lot of it either. Great stuff. Try a slightly different technique on this. I'm just going to put a little stripper. It seems like where it was really thin is where it worked the most. So I'm going to try to put on a thin coat of this stuff, see if that works any better. This is the carcass, the leftover part of the frame, but there's still a lot of little sub-assemblies that have to be taken off the frame. So what I think I'm going to do is go ahead and get this thing apart so we can get working on it. Brake band, bag and tag. It's on the PTO shaft there. Holy cow, it's under tight. Okay, I got the, this PTO had a set screw in it. I took that set screw out, and now I put this puller on it and having some time with it. So now I'm going to try to give it a little fire, see if that'll help. There it goes. Holy cow. Boys and girls, I can't believe it, but that little heat on there, it popped it. So, now let's see if I can get that baby out of there. Here she blows. Okay. Show you what we got. Okay, we got the transaxle separated with bevel gearbox like that. We got the front half, so we got 3 pieces now. See if we can make more pieces. This part has always intimidated me with this lift lever, but in the bevel gearbox that is, I found a hex in there. And this keyway right there is hexed as well. There it is, right there. So I'm going to try to take this assembly off now, and I think there's a hex on that side too. And maybe I can get that off there. I've always been scared of that, but now that I see how it goes together, I might be able to get it off. This Allen's a little tough, but it's coming. It's coming on out of there. Now that I got that hex off, I'll throw a little PB blaster down in the hole, and that'll hopefully help me get this part off. Well, that side I'm not being able to get the puller on it, so I'm going to try this side. See if maybe I can get this thing off and then get the puller on it. Alright. That is going to give me room to at least get this hex off. Well, I can't get that thing off up there, so I'll try to mess with something I can take off, which is like this clutch rod. So I can get that off of there. Ouch. Thing broke, which makes this come out nice and easy. There we go. Okay. Clutch removed.
And now, a word from our sponsors. Are you tired of the other mechanics picking on you because of your sissy Band-Aid?
Look at that mechanic with the sissy Band-Aid. Yeah, I bet he's a hack.
Yeah, let's give him a wedgie.
The new Snap-on brand Band-Aid Extreme. Each Band-Aid Extreme is hermetically sealed for your sanitation and made with only the finest duct tape and paper towel. So the next time you puncture an artery or cut off a limb, reach for a Band-Aid Extreme. Finish your project, then go to the ER and get the respect you deserve.
Whoa! Look at that mechanic with the Band-Aid.
Yeah, I bet he knows what he's doing.
Yeah, let's invite him to the wrestling match.
Well, let's go over yesterday's carnage. Broke off that drill bit because I couldn't get this thing out. Tried to drill it out, and you can see there's a broken drill bit in there. Also, I was trying to pull off the other side, and you can see I broke my puller. And lastly, this Allen wrench here. Trying to get this out of here, and that's why I drilled it. So, a lot of carnage yesterday. So I slept on it, and now I'm going to try a couple more things here and see if I can get this thing off of there. Okay, I'm going to really try to heat this thing up now, see if it'll expand off of that thing here. The puller is on it and it's tight. I got this real tight. We'll see if it does like the PTO and comes off of there. Well, this is moved in, about 1/8 of an inch. And it was out 1/8 of an inch, so about 1/4 of an inch movement, but I can't still get this thing to come off of there. So what I'm going to do is try to use a cutoff wheel, because I got a new lift lever. Try to use a cutoff wheel and get that thing off of there. And yet another casualty. This air hose was sitting right here, and the heat from this got that hot enough to burn a hole into that. So that's the 4th tool so far. So tractor 4, J-ster 0. Let's see if we can get this thing off. I don't believe it, guys. I got it. Score 1 for the J-ster. I cut this baby with the cutoff wheel, and booyah, got it to pop off. Success, boys and girls. I got that part off over there by with the wheel puller, because I was able to pull it out a little bit and get it behind a nice, more firm part. And let's get this out of there. Booyah. Okay. We'll take the steering column off, the front end, and the frame will be apart. Got this thing kind of tipped up here so that I can loosen a few of these lower bolts. There's a couple big ones on here, so we'll get that off. Okay, this is the steering column nut. I'm going to take this top one off. Alright, I got the big bolts from the undercarriage loosened there, and now it's time to concentrate on getting this one off now. Alright, the 3 bolts now that hold the steering column in. The steering column should come right out. Here we go. Steering column's out. And now to get the front end of this thing off of here. Looks like well, this big nut up front, huge nut. Should hold it on, and this hold on the back. I should be able to slide this frame off of there now. Let's give it a shot. There's some more bolts holding this on underside, so I'll have to take a look at that. Well, the casualties continue to mount. This broke off my tripod, one of the little holders. I'll try to glue that back on. Anyway, I cannot for the life of me. I mean, I use my big sledgehammer on that baby and can't knock it through. It'll spin, but it won't come out. And I hate to say this, but this one might have me, where I have to paint around something, and I just don't want to do that. But that's that front steering thing. I took off the rest of the steering column, and so I might have to have just a frame like this. I don't know what to do other than that. More later. This is the last part of the frame that's been giving me the bloody flux. Anywho, this big screw, which is huge, 1.25 inches right there, I can't get it out. I've knocked it with a sledgehammer, big one. Still can't get this thing to pop out. So my friend suggested I was going to try painting around it, you know, just pulling this around and painting and all that. And my buddy just said, get a Sawzall and cut it off, and then buy new bolts and bushings. And I said, brilliant. So that's what I'm going to try. After about 15-20 minutes of cutting, got the bolt off that side and this side. And so now, there we go. She's apart. The whole frame is apart now.
Now, back to Tractor Chat. In color.
Hi, and welcome back to Tractor Chat. For those of you just tuning in, this has been an outstanding show. Katy Perry, ladies and gentlemen, Katy Perry. I'm so glad she stopped in to show us her Cub Cadet collection. And now we've only got time for one more caller. Stacy in Malibu, California, you're on the air.
Hi, Jaster 1963. My name is Stacy Keebler, and I am a supermodel and very good looking. I just quit George Clooney because he said he was a tractor guy and he's not. How's a supermodel to know if a professional athlete or actor is lying about that?
Well, Stacy, I tell you, I hear that quite a bit. And I just want to say to you guys out in Hollywood, you professional athletes, don't lie to these women and tell them you're a tractor guy and you're not. I mean, John Cena, you're a great wrestler. I mean, you just beat The Rock. So don't lie and say you're a tractor guy when you're not. You may get a date just because you're good looking and you're an actor or an athlete. That may help. Anyway, this has been a great show. Thank you for tuning in. See you next time on Tractor Chat.